What's up, YouTube? Just bear with me, man. It's been very difficult to post these videos. I've been getting the copyright restrictions, infringements, um, all that good stuff. So just bear with me. I'm trying to get this stuff straight right now. Just bear with me. So I apologize, you all, but it's just a lot of restrictions on my account. They're doing the thing where if somebody follows me, I lose a follower. I'm just trying to understand something. If I'm on social media lying, why is it so difficult to get my content out? Why am I being met with so much resistance? If I'm on social media not telling the truth, why am I being met with so much resistance? I just don't understand it. Like it's crazy. It's crazy to even infer that I'm not telling the truth. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's just absolutely insane. But today we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian and her mama. And hopefully folks will see the videos I put up and come over here. I had to change the song. Let me go to these videos. It's just crazy to me, man, that I get met with so much resistance.
It is okay to be so stressed and overwhelmed that you feel like you need to talk to someone about it. And by that, I mean going to.
So I want to talk about Kim.
We're in a society where they want everybody weak and dumbed down with no character, just cowards. That's really what they want. They really want the men to be cowards. A woman can get on social media and post anything she wants, and it's fine. A man they don't want men speaking freely about anything. And it's just the real attack is against the truth. It's just what it is, because the truth is God. And so since they're anti-God, they're obviously going to be anti the truth. I just find it mind-blowing that people have the audacity to say I'm not telling the truth. I think it's just disgusting, because there's no way I would be getting met with this much resistance. It's crazy. But let's get started. I mean, we're here now. What's up, Parting of Venus? And what's up, Walter, Daryl, Melva, Ross, Whitty? What's up, y'all? We're going to get started and talk about, but let me say this about Kim Kardashian first and foremost. Kim Kardashian is an icon for one main reason. And the main reason is that millions of women, probably even billions of women, saw a woman that did the unspeakable but succeeded. And when I say the unspeakable, the worst thing socially for a woman is to have a sex tape out. And on top of having a sex tape out, you've been with a lot of men. So that type of woman socially is ostracized by men as far as being a wife. But we see that Kim Kardashian has been married several times. That her first husband was a producer. Then I think Chris Humphries, and then Kanye West. And I think she maybe had a few engagements. I don't know. But my point is, Kim Kardashian empowers women because she says that you can be out here and be reckless and still win. That's why she has so much appeal. It's not because she's witty when she speaks or she's giving out free game and none of that, or wisdom, none of that stuff. It's the fact that she tells women that you can do whatever you want to do and you're still going to win, especially with men. And to me, that's the travesty of our society, is that women thinking there's no consequences to their actions. And that's pretty much what they're doing. If you look at what they're doing to men now, they're telling men there's a consequence to being a man, but they're not doing women the same way. They're telling, and it's really just a reversal. The powers that be have always been in control. And what they do is they kind of oppress one group and then allow that oppressed group to oppress the other group. Well, you know that once the oppressed group gets the shoe of the oppressor, they're not going to treat the oppressor fairly. It's just how it works, because most folks don't have any character. All this stuff really is able to take place because of unchecked emotions, unchecked desires, all these things. And so now we see that what they were calling manhood and strong men back in the day wasn't really manhood or strong men. It just wasn't. A man oppressing women or oppressing people, period, or trying to rule over people, that's a weak man. That's an insecure man. But what they did was they sold the weak man as the strong man all throughout history. And the problem is women thought that it was all men because they figured that all men aspired to be like those men that were in charge. Most men don't operate like that, because if they did, the average woman wouldn't even have a voice. I was speaking with someone last night and I said, for as bad as people have said that men have been, women only have the stance they have in today's society because of men. That means men had to sign off on women's liberation. That means men had to sign off on the women's suffrage movement. Men had to sign off on everything you see today. So for as bad as women say that men are, men have allowed women to take hold of the mantle. Women can literally go in front of an abortion clinic and make songs about abortions, and people think it's a hit. Who signed off on that? Who signed off on women having slut walks, promoting being sluts? Who signed off on that? Who signed off on the liberation and independence of women? It was men. So for as bad as women say that men are, men were the ones saying, yep, let them be freer. Let them have freedom. Let them be liberated. The irony is, with the more liberation and freedom women have gotten, look how worse society has become. And to me, it's a tale. It's the Adam and Eve tale all over again. When Adam looked and spoke with the serpent, she didn't talk to the serpent because she was naive or because she was dumb. She spoke with the serpent because deep down inside, she wanted what the serpent had. She wanted to be powerful, not just equal to Adam. She wanted to rule over Adam. She had what you call the God complex. And nobody ever talks about the women's ego and the women's complex. The woman wants to rule. And people can say what they want to say, but you see what women are doing now. What have women done with more freedom? The problem is God had an order for all of us. There was an order. And what happened was men abused their power. But when the shoe's on the other foot, so are women. We had a whole Me Too movement based on some BS. And the woman that started the Me Too movement, oh my goodness. When I saw who started it, I knew it was some propaganda. Go look up who started the Me Too movement, and you'll understand what I'm saying. When I saw who started it, I was like, ain't no way. Y'all can call me sexist, whatever y'all want to call me, but ain't no way that the Me Too movement was started by that woman. Ain't no way. Because that woman is begging for a date. She's begging to be wifed, to be cuffed, to be sought after, to be desired. She's begging for it. So it says you look like KRS-One mama. But I say all that to say that the Jezebel spirit is real. Think about what Jezebel was in the Bible. She was a ruler. She was tyrannical. She wanted the heads of men. Like, this is what the Jezebel spirit is. So the funny thing is, it doesn't matter the gender or the race. If a person doesn't have character, then it's not going to work. And that's what everybody keeps leaving out, is the character of the man or the woman or the person. None of these movements center around character. Not the Black empowerment movement, not the feminist movement, not the LGBTQP, don't forget X, Y, and Z movement. None of these movements center around character. That's why they'll never work. All they are done is they're created just to create chaos. That's their whole purpose and function, is to create chaos. Because that's where the devil can reign supreme, in chaos. The devil don't reign supreme in order. In order, you can spot all the flaws when things are in order. When things aren't in order, you can't. When it's chaotic, everything looks the same. It's all chaos. So now the devil can maneuver around freely in chaos. So at the end of the day, we're going to discuss Kim Kardashian and her real appeal. And her real appeal is that women can do whatever they want to do and still win. That's why she is so popular. Women can do whatever they want to do. Think about what she embodies. Kim Kardashian embodies everything that these women want to indulge in with no consequence. Fake butts, rapper husband, athlete husband, drama all the time, a lot of money, fashion, showing her butt off, having children but not being a mother. Everything that society has pushed for women to do, Kim Kardashian is the embodiment of it. And then every now and then, she takes on a persona of a Black woman. There's a reason behind this. There's a reason behind she wants to look Black, so to speak. There's a reason. It's a method to the madness, because they know that to get the world's women to operate in chaos and dysfunction, they got to use Black women to do it. Black girl magic, the Black queens, the goddesses of the earth. They have to use Black women to do it, because Black people are the people of influence. This is why we have all this stuff going on. This is why Candace Owens is so hated. There was rumors that Candace Owens wanted to run for president, and Nancy Pelosi wanted to impeach her. First of all, how can you impeach a regular citizen? You can't. It's ridiculous. But she was so afraid. They are terrified of Candace Owens running for president, because she is the polar opposite of what they want Black women to be, and eventually all women to be. Candace Owens is the biggest threat on the planet, because Candace Owens destroys every movement. She's the embodiment of destroying every movement in one person. She's anti-snakebite. She stands on truth. She's not a feminist. She believes in family. She believes in God. She is literally everything that is opposite of this agenda. Everything embodied in one person. She is the greatest threat. The irony of, at the end of all of this, a Black woman would be the greatest threat to this system. And the funny thing about it is, she's hated by Black people. She's hated by white liberals. But most of all, she's hated by her own community. Hated. Despised. And she's literally the key to freeing all of us. She's the key. She's against all of the agendas in one person. So we're going to talk about Kim Kardashian and talking about her mama. Well, somebody said my Instagram is freezing. I don't know why. If you all can tell me if my Instagram is up or not. If it's freezing, let me know. If it's not, let me know so I can fix it or adjust it. If it's freezing, you all let me know so I can fix it. But otherwise, I'm going to get started. So let me know if my live is freezing. Okay, so we're gonna get started. Okay, we're gonna get started.
Kardashian, because this, so I want to talk about Kim Kardashian, because this story just keeps getting darker, and I actually can't believe the information that has been exposed about her. If you don't know who Kim Kardashian is, bless you. Honestly, I don't know how you could potentially not know who she is. She is essentially um, forced upon us by the mainstream media. I feel as though every other article pertains to the Kardashian sisters. And I'm going to tell you how she arrived on the scene. If you already know the story, bear with me, but I'm sure many of my listeners, bless them, do not. Kim Kardashian had a boyfriend. He was at that time, he still is, a rapper and an entertainer. He goes by the name of Ray J. She was dating her boyfriend, okay? And they decided to record themselves having sex. Now, this was a personal tape meant just for both of them. And eventually, this tape got leaked, right? So Kim Kardashian had a show that was coming out, and eventually this tape got leaked, and her and Ray J had split up. Every implication on the show, which tracked her finding out that this tape was going to come out, indicated to the masses that her ex-boyfriend, Ray J, leaked it. And she was horrified by it. She cried for years, episode after episode, about how this could possibly be happening to her. And if you were watching this show, as I was when I was younger, you were sympathetic to her. You actually thought to yourself, this is a horrible situation. I mean, she has a right to have sex with her boyfriend, and nobody would want to know that something that was personal to you was then released to the public, and now people are watching her. So you felt sympathetic to her, right? Well, recently, and now this is some 20 years later, I believe, 20 years later, Ray J is watching an episode of her new show, and she again reintroduces the narrative of her as a victim of this sex tape that got released. And Ray J, who is now much older and has a daughter who was able to watch this show and understand that her father potentially did something awful to make a little bit of money, gets very angry. And he begins going on a rant saying, that is not what happened.
Stop relying on luck to get your music heard. As a musician or producer, your job is to make music that can
actually
Okay, the sex tape I think came out in. I don't think it came out. It wasn't 20 years ago. I think it was like 2006 maybe. Let me see. It wasn't 20 years ago though. Let me see. I think it came out 2006. Let me see. 2005, maybe 2006. Ray J, Kim K, sex tape. You know, it was the #1 sex tape of all time. I don't know if y'all knew that. It broke all the records. It probably could have been the #1. Yeah, its initial release was February 21st, 2007. Yeah, it hasn't been 20 years. I don't know why she said 20 years, but yeah, her team should have told her that. But it's 2007, so that would put it at 15 years ago, not 20. But anyway, I remember. So I was dating someone. You know, I don't want to give any details, but I was dating someone. We were serious, and I noticed a shift in our relationship when she started to binge watch the Kim Kardashian show, the Kardashians. You know, I just noticed the shift. And one day I questioned her about why is she watching this foolishness? Like, I'm like, and I literally said, I'm like, Kim K is literally known, or she got her rise to fame from a sex tape. I said, so that should let you know that all of her whole career is contrived. I said, she literally got famous off of a sex tape. That means it's all a setup. I mean, and I said, and she knew. She did it on purpose. She made money off of it. I said she literally got her career started by selling sex, literally. And she just was going to, she was defending Kim K. And I said, what in the world does she see in Kim K that I don't see? So we had an argument about Kim Kardashian, and it's just tragic and terrible. But I actually sat down and watched one of the episodes, and I realized what Kim Kardashian has mastered. She's mastered being the victim. She's mastered being everything that these, what they call women, modern women want to be, with loose sexually, rich, powerful, all these things, date rappers and athletes and not a care in the world, get to show her body off, just do whatever she want to do. And then at the same time, when you watch her on a TV show, she's sweet, she's polite, she's kind, she cries easily. Like I'm just like, oh my God, it's just she's so masterful on the show. And we can all agree that nobody gets to be that rich and powerful when you're a nice person. Not like that. Not how you got your career started. No, it's all an act. And I would imagine all them girls are like their mother, but they play the innocent victim role so well on these reality TV shows. And so when I actually sat down and watched the show, I realized how women can get sucked up in Kim Kardashian's persona. It's because on the one hand, she's Jezebel, then on the other hand, she's Snow White. And then in an emotional, chaotic state of a woman, that's bliss. To be Jezebel and to also be Snow White, or to be Jezebel and to be Cinderella, is beautiful to most women that are emotionally chaotic, to where nothing is concrete or set in stone. You mean to tell me I can attend the slut walk and leave the slut walk and then go to my child's PTA meeting? Like, it's just, that's the chaotic nature of what we're dealing with. So Kim Kardashian's appeal to women, I saw it, and it's great. Great. When I say it's great as in it's powerful and it works. And it works because it literally embodies the chaotic nature of a lot of women, where they just think about how these women pick men. These women really want a guy to act like Future, but then be righteous. Like, just think about the type of, these women want a guy that fits all the bad boy criteria, but when it comes to her, he's going to be good. Like, it's just insanity. It's just insanity. So I just want to say that when I watched the show, it made me understand that the woman I was dating, why she was so enthralled with the Kardashians. And the woman I was dating was very successful, career, degrees. I mean, the whole, checked off all the boxes, she checked off all the boxes. And even her would fall victim to Kim Kardashian. And that's when I started realizing that this whole feminism doctrine that they have now, it's so masterfully created to where the women don't even know it's even feminism. They're just soaking it all up. That's why I talk to women and I can tell whether or not you've adopted feminist principles based on how you speak about men. When I hear women say men get to do it, that's feminism. Because a man doing something, first of all, doesn't make it right. And if a man doing something is wrong, why would you want to do it? It's feminism, because it's poor character and poor behavior. But let me continue.
And he begins going on a rant saying, that is not what happened. Actually, Kim Kardashian and I decided to release a sex tape so that she would get publicity and so that it would help her become famous. Wow. That is a shocking allegation, right? This is, again, a woman who is put into our faces every single day by the mainstream media. We view her as a victim. Okay, yeah, she got fame in a weird way, but okay, who could hold that against her? And he is now claiming that she was involved. So this week, her mother, who is Kris Jenner, who you might be familiar with, she manages all of the careers of her daughters, went on to a late night talk show with James Corden, and she decided to take a public lie detector test to determine whether or not it was true that she and her daughter sat down with honchos and released the sex tape so that her daughter could become famous. Here is the clip.
Here we go.
Okay.
Did you help Kim release her sex tape?
It's okay. No. No.
True.
Of course it's true. Of course it's true.
Of course it's true. Of course it's true. This is not a publicity stunt at all. This is it. I don't want you to think that Kris Jenner called up her PR agents who are so powerful and basically said, we need to get in front of this narrative that we released the tape. Don't know. Of course it's true. This is obviously a lie detector test on a late night talk show. So of course it's true, except it's not. So her doing this obvious, almost a stand-up routine. It's a mockery. It should insult your intelligence to believe that she actually took a lie detector test and determined the results live. So Ray J hears about this. He watches this and he becomes infuriated. And he goes on Instagram and decides to expose the Kardashian family for being one of the most dishonest families in media. I would actually say the most dishonest family in media. Here is Ray J taking to Instagram.
So again, you see this stunt on TV and the average person thinks it's real. Because again, the Kardashians have cachet because Kim, the one that launched the empire, is a good person. So now if they all do if any of them do anything, then they're good. The intent is pure. You know, this is a Hollywood trick where they make you a victim, then they make you a hero. So you go from a victim, sometimes a villain, to a victim, to a hero. But these are all Hollywood tricks to get emotional cachet with the people. These people in charge know that most people are emotionally unintelligent and easily deceived by emotions. So just the fact you see a woman crying, your heartstrings automatically tug. But somebody like me, I grew up around, you know, crooks and criminals and liars and thieves and all this stuff. So I've seen the worst of people and the best of people. So all this emotional stuff, it doesn't really work on me. And many of people in my community get upset with that because they want my heartstrings to be tugged because I see somebody crying on TV or I see the police putting their hands on somebody. I'm not, because I know that it's balanced. You got good people and you got bad people. I don't pick and choose. I just base it on the person's character. I'm not talking about the race or the gender, sexual orientation. What is the character of the person? And the Kim and the Kardashians, if anybody had any common sense, they would know there's no way a sex tape could have been released if it was done illegally. You know how much consent you have to release a tape of two people having sex? Do you know how much consent goes into a tape being released for profit that has two people having sex? A lot of signatures, a lot of approvals, a lot of contracts. So anybody with common sense should have known that that tape wasn't released. If I release a tape of a woman without her permission, what do you think is going to happen to me? It's common sense. If I release a tape of me having sex with a woman and she didn't agree to it, what do you think is going to happen to me? I can't even post a video on social media. I'm getting censored on Instagram and YouTube. What do you think would happen? And TikTok. The irony of me being censored on TikTok where anything goes. It's insane. But what do you think would happen to me if I released a sex tape without a woman's permission? I'm going to jail and I'm getting sued. So there's no way on God's green earth a sex tape can be released, leaked, and there not be severe consequences for a man. So we should have knew from the jump that this sex tape was all orchestrated. You have to get consent. You have to. This tape was created to launch the Kardashian empire. Their whole empire is built off of sex. And who did they use to build their empire? I'll tell you. A black person. I told you at the head of every single agenda, there is going to be black people a part of it, because the only way to get the world to buy into it is to use black people. We are the people of influence. So eloquently stated by Megan McGlover. We are the people of influence. So every single agenda, everyone is going to have a black person leading it. So all you got to do is look for what black people are on that podium talking about, and you'll know the next agenda. So this sex tape revolution was started by Ray J and Kim Kardashian. The number one selling sex tape of all time. I would even venture to say the number one selling pornographic video of all time. The thing broke all kind of records, literally. It broke all kind of records. They were even bragging about how much money the tape was making. The sales went through the roof. And guess, I even had the tape. Kanye West even said that he used to have sex with women watching the tape. And I'm going to touch on Kanye a little bit later about how I can tell the man based on the woman he picks. So the fact that he picked Kim Kardashian lets me know that's who he really is. A prostitute. I don't care how woke Kanye sounds. I don't care how much knowledge he drops of wisdom. At the end of the day, Kim Kardashian is a reflection of him. He picked her. So if she's a prostitute, then so is Kanye. I'm not picking and choosing just because I like somebody or don't like somebody. I don't have anything personal against Kim Kardashian or Kanye. I'm just telling you what it is. If she's having sex for money and he married her, then he's having sex for money. We can take that metaphorically or literally. I don't know. I'm just saying. The woman is a reflection of the man. So he don't get a pass because he married her and now he's suffering because he married Kim Kardashian and now he's concerned about his children. If he really cared about his children, he would have never had children with her in the first place. I'm going to say it again. If Kanye West really cared about his children, he would have never had them with Kim Kardashian in the first place. But let's continue.
You got 400,000, just like I got 400,000. We signed the contract the same day. You got the same contract I got, except guess what? You rushed me to sign the contract because your mama was rushing me to sign it. So guess what you did? You signed my deliverables in your handwriting, right? Because you was rushing me. So you signed my deliverables. Kim Kardashian got her handwriting and her fingerprints all over my contract. When you look at the two, when you look at my signature and you look at her signature on my deliverables, say sex tape number 1, sex tape number 2, and guess what? The third sex tape or the second they've been trying to play me on called Santa Barbara Sex. Her mama made us go shoot it for safety. She watched the mother and said, hey, we're going to go with the first one because the first one is better. It gives my daughter a better look than the second one that I made y'all go do. But you watched it and made a decision. And then you get on whatever show you was on and take a lie detector test with a fraud.
So now we heard Ray J, but I'm not giving Ray J a pass either. Now, Ray J was with Kim Kardashian, and he was all for the sex tape. He was all for the money. Now that he's older, in hindsight is 2020, now he realized that he was a pawn in all of this. Her career has skyrocketed to billionaire status. His hasn't. So he realized that he was used. And what y'all got to understand is that if you make a deal with the devil will give you what you want, but the devil will never allow you to enjoy it. Y'all remember this? I'm telling y'all, remember this. Write it down. If I make a deal with the devil, I will never be able to enjoy it. The devil gets pleasure out of torturing you with your decision. So now Ray J is tortured because he has a daughter looking up to him. And she sees her father as a hero. This is painting her father as a monster. Now everything gets real. I'm not giving Ray J a pass. All this was good until it wasn't. And this is what I talk about, men having character and the components of men being leaders and fathers. If you want to be a good father and you don't have any children, then it starts now. So the way I live my life now is for my children. So nobody can come back and say, your father is this. Your father was this. No, I'm going to do all that stuff now. You can't come back and say your dad is a monster. No, it's not going to work. So Ray J is complicit in all of this. He's not a victim. He's not a victim. He took the deal. And the devil will never let you enjoy the deal. Give you everything you want. You're going to get the houses, the cars, the money, the indulgence and decadence of life, but you will never, ever be able to enjoy it because deep down inside, you know how you got it. I'm not giving him a pass. You knew her mother watched all 3 of them sex tapes, which is disgusting, and you still went along with it. Her mother was watching you all having sex, and you were still sitting down, talking with her mother, laughing with her mother, joking with her mother, having a good time with her mother, knowing that she done watched you have sex with her daughter. I can't even sit in the room with somebody that would dare look at me and my woman, wife, having sex. The mama. You know how sick and disgusting that is for a mother to view her daughter having sex and then say this makes her look the best? You know how sick and demonic and satanic you got to be to look and say this video makes my daughter look the best? This brings out her best features? You know how disgusting that is? Oh, but they get a pass, right? They get a pass because Kim Kardashian can cry at the drop of a hat. They get a pass because Kim Kardashian is a victim. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to sit there and watch them videos. And you know she watched them more than once because she had to compare and contrast. So imagine her mother watching those videos of her daughter having sex over and over and over and over again. It's disgusting and it's sick. And yet Kim Kardashian is the idol of all of these women because she's telling women that you can be reckless, not have any value, not have any character, not have any honor, not have any respect, and still win. She has the most dangerous message that has ever been pushed on women, is that you can do whatever you want to do and still win. Not just not have a consequence, still win. And this is what women are doing today. Women want to be able to do whatever they want to do and still come out on top. We're beyond having a consequence. We're talking about coming out on top. And then I get told that I'm preaching division, that I'm downing women, that I'm dogging women. And the irony is, I tell women what nobody else tells them. The funny thing is, the things I tell women, I don't hear anybody else telling them. Wait till marriage to have sex. Value your body. Respect yourself. Give yourself credit. You are something that God created. You are something that can give life. That's a big deal. It needs to be respected. Honor yourself. Stop giving these men your womb. You are worth more than that. This is the stuff I tell women. And women still tell me, I'm going against women. It's insanity. It's absolute insanity. And I've only told women that I want to see them married. I want to see them happy and successful. But yet I get hit with the label of hating and dogging women. It's absolutely insane. You cannot have love without accountability, because love is accountability. You understand that God created something, so it obligated God to love it. That's accountability. I can't create something and not love it. That's dishonorable. What God did was create us and said, I have to love them. That is accountability. That is honor. If no one wants to hold you accountable, they don't love you. In fact, if they don't want to hold you accountable, they hate you. And that's Satan. If a person doesn't want to hold you accountable, they hate you because they want to see your demise. You cannot have love without accountability. It's impossible. Let's continue.
I mean, all I can say to that is wow. Wow. Indisputable, by the way. He's also dropped the handwriting of Kim Kardashian, the 3, I'm holding it up right now, the 3 sex tapes that her and her mother and him decided to choose between. Her mother was so involved. Did you hear him? She was so involved in the details. She wanted to pick which sex tape to release. And then she went to her friends and she sat down with the honchos and she sold her daughter's body for fame. Ray J explains, and you can go and you can find these clips online, that this is why they did it. It was the trend. Release a sex tape and you will get some fame. You know, I suppose it started with Pamela and Tommy. Paris Hilton did something similar. And Kim Kardashian and Ray J decided that this would be a good thing to bolster her career, and she went for it.
What do you want?
I want a job that I don't hate. I want to do something that matters, but I don't know what that thing is. I feel like I want somebody to tell me exactly what to do. I want to stop feeling like if I take one more step, I'm just going to fall into a pit forever.
I mean, what do you want to eat? Oh, pad thai.
There are really no words that can adequately describe how.
I'm sorry, you all. I was listening to that video and I was about to go off that commercial. It was a joke, okay? I'm glad it was a joke because I was about to go off. I'm like, what kind of soft male propaganda are they pushing? But it was a joke, okay? All right, okay. Sorry about that, y'all. But let's continue. I'm sorry. Let's continue.
Positively disgusted I am by the story and what this signifies for in terms of the world that we are in today. What this really means, that a mother sat down and decided to sell her daughter's body for fame and money, and she was successful, right? But there are two things here that we need to remember. Not only did she do it, not only should we be completely disgusted by the idea that a mother, I just had a daughter, that a mother would sit down and watch various tapes of her daughter having sex with a boyfriend out of wedlock, and then say, let's sell this tape. This is the best one. You look the best in this tape. This will make you the most famous. Not only is that disgusting, but then that her plan worked. Kim Kardashian is a billionaire today.
So again, this is the dangerous message, is that the plan worked. And the plan works because society is just telling women, you can do whatever you want to do and you're still going to win. It's honestly the most, like I said, it's the most dangerous message women have ever been given. It's just, and the sad thing about all of this is that there are going to be, and there have been, a bunch of Kim Kardashian clones. So it's only going to get worse. Like it's not going to get better. It's going to get worse. And then when Kim Kardashian is older and nobody wants to be with her, nobody cares about it anymore, then she's going to have a moment of sobriety. You know what? I messed up. I shouldn't have done that. I was young. She gonna go through all that. I don't listen to none of these celebrities. Let me tell y'all something. And this is my own personal thing. I don't listen to celebrities because above all, celebrities are going to be concerned with their fame and their money, not me. I don't listen to celebrities. They're placed in front of us for a reason, and it's to distract us from the truth. They want us to idolize these people, idolize them, and these folks are doing all kind of manners of wickedness and evil to get to where they are in Hollywood or the entertainment industry. I remember Paris Hilton had a sex tape. I think it's called One Night in Paris. Her sex tape, and I admit, in my backsliding days, I watched it. I had the tape. I had the Kim Kardashian tape with Ray J, and I had the Paris Hilton tape with her boyfriend. The Paris Hilton tape was absolutely horrific. It was horrible. The Kim Kardashian sex tape was horrible too. Let me tell y'all something. Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian are like dead fish in the bedroom. Listen to me. Have you ever seen a dead fish? Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton are like dead fish in the bed. They are like cadavers. They literally have no kind of spunk in, I'm talking about literally no kind of spunk in the bedroom. Just literally a dead fish laying there. The sex tapes are honestly very disappointing. And the irony of the porn industry being as huge as it is, and the most popular sex tapes are horrible. But they're terrible. They suck, no pun intended. But my point is, they're literally dead fish in the video. And now it's even a worse message because now they're telling the women you can be a dead fish and you still gonna win. So you can be a slut. You can go to the slut walk. You can make sex tapes. You can mess with a whole bunch of guys. You ain't got to perform in the bed either. Just lay there. Like it's the most horrific message ever pushed on women. And I'm not telling you all to have premarital sex. And I'm not trying to get into you all's bedroom. But ladies, please do not imitate what Paris Hilton, Kim Kardashian did on them sex tapes. They're literally dead fish. No more flapping. No more gills trying to get air. A dead fish. Horrible. But again, all the women love Paris Hilton and they love Kim Kardashian. And Paris Hilton tried to come out years later and be a victim. No, you ain't a victim. You released your sex tape the same way. It just was bad. Your sex tape looked bad. It looked horrible. Then they had like the night vision on and it was like showing on one of the scenes, like you could see her veins because the way when what is it called? Like night vision, not infrared, but it was like, I think night vision. And you can see all of her veins. Listen, her sex tape was horrible. They both were bad, but Paris Hilton's, hers is bad. It was horrible. And because it was so bad, she tried to come, nah, you ain't a victim. You did the same thing Kim Kardashian did. I think Paris Hilton's came out first, if I'm not mistaken. I can look, though. These came out first. But I think, let me see, One Night in Paris. Kim K's came out in February 2007. Paris Hilton's came out in One Night in Paris sex tape. Put it out in Paris 6. I think it was called One Night in Paris. Oh, 2004? No, not that one. Not that one. I don't know when it came out, but I think it was before Kim K's. Anyway, long story short, just the irony of these sex tapes being among the most popular and Ray J and Kim's being the most popular, and it's just horrible. The tapes are horrible, and I know I shouldn't have been watching them, but I watched them, and I'm gonna give it an honest critique. I gave them both an F, no pun intended. But let's continue.
And she's, by the way, still selling sex. I now hold the opinion that Kim Kardashian is a prostitute, and I'm not going to edit this opinion. Kim Kardashian is a prostitute. Her mother is a pimp. Worse than a prostitute, Kim Kardashian is a corpse. She's a body without a soul. She is so emblematic of the society that we live in today, that if you are willing to degrade yourself, if you're willing to denigrate yourself, then our society, our American society, will give you more, right? How much are you willing to show us of your body? How much are you willing to give us of your daughter's body? That is the price of fame, and she did it. So no, it is not an exaggeration to say that Hollywood is satanic, because what could possibly be more satanic than that? What could possibly represent a more incestuous, if you will, relationship than a mother viewing her daughter's body, having sex, and selling it? This is where we're at.
And I mean, and Candace Owen is so eloquently, breaking this down, and everything she's saying is 100% the truth. And it's factual, and it's just sad that Candace Owens has been vilified, and when she's actually very open and honest about women and relationships, and how women should view relationships and how they should be, and all these different things, and people just throw it all out with the bathwater because she supports Trump, as if supporting Nancy Pelosi or Maxine Waters or Kamala Harris or Michelle Obama is good. Like, it's just, it's just disgusting. But she's eloquently breaking down what all of this is. And it's literally pushing the message that not only can a woman do what she wants to do and still win, but also this is what Hollywood requires. It requires that you sell your soul. You sell your soul. And to me, this is selling her soul. Forget the Illuminati. Selling your soul is using a sex tape to launch your entire career. That is selling your soul, because the foundation of what you've done is compromised. Now your daughter is going to grow up, and how do your daughters wrestle with the fact that their mother is a prostitute? And I'm going to say this: if you have sex for money, you are a prostitute. I don't know what part of the game we're talking about now when we talk about you can have sex for money and not be. No, you a prostitute, period. When I was coming up, if you had sex for money, you was a hoe or a whore or a prostitute, a woman of the night, a woman of leisure. So we fast forward, and now all these songs are glorifying what? Women being prostitutes. These women, Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion, are literally, the foundation of their message is sleep with these men and get money. That is the foundation of their entire message, is be a prostitute. And we could try to make it, you a prostitute. If you have sex for money, you're a prostitute. If you compromise yourself for money, you're still a prostitute. So if you go in there and make a song that you shouldn't make, and you still do it for money and fame and you're a prostitute. Lil Nas X, prostitute. Lil Paul's ex, prostitute. Kanye West, prostitute. These folks are all prostitutes because they compromise. They compromise godly principles. That's what makes you a prostitute. Going against what is right for profit makes you a prostitute. Let me let her finish.
This is why we tell you not to follow the Hollywood type. This is why you should not allow your children to idolize Hollywood. This is why you should skip the Emmys, and you should skip the Grammys, and you should skip every other show. because the people that are receiving these statues, this form of idolatry, I will do anything for this statue. I will do anything for fame. I will abort my child. I will sell my child. You tell me what I have to do. These are not the people that we should be following. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Candace Owens. If you like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel and ring the bell to get notifications on new videos. To watch or listen to the full show, become a member today at dailywire.com/subscribe.
The Lord Jesus is looking for followers who realize that they are sinners and need a...
Sorry about that, you all on YouTube. Sorry.
I hope.
I'm gonna let Candace Owens finish out.
Olivia Wilde's relationship with Harry Styles, who is a 28-year-old. So I want to talk about Kim Kardashian. Hollywood is satanic, because what could possibly be more satanic than that? What could possibly represent a more incestuous, if you will, relationship than a mother viewing her daughter's body, having sex, and selling it? This is where we're at. This is why we tell you not to follow the Hollywood type. This is why you should not allow your children to idolize Hollywood. This is why you should skip the Emmys, and you should skip the Grammys, and you should skip every other show, because the people that are receiving these statues, this form of idolatry, I will do anything for this statue. I will do anything for fame. I will abort my child. I will sell my child. You tell me what I have to do. These are not the people that we should be following. Thanks for joining me on this episode of Candace Owens. If you like this video,
we can listen to some of Ray J's rants. Just some short videos of him talking about everything that's happened. They should be in my history, but they're not in my history for some odd and strange reason. Where? Let me look up this. Hold on. No, my bad. Hold on. Because I think they're shorts. Hold on.
Men are always talking about.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. They're supposed to be in my history. I don't know why not in my history. Yeah, they're not in my history. Maybe they're... No, I had a whole bunch of videos and they're not saved in my history. But they were like little short videos of him talking, because most of the people are making content about what he said, and I can't find them. But I mean, y'all get the gist of what Ray J is saying. He's basically saying that y'all are lying. Y'all went along with it at first because again, it benefited him, so he went along with it. But yeah, he don't. Yeah, I can't find him, so forget it. But all in all, I'm gonna say this. We know that Kim Kardashian is a liar. She's not only a liar, but she's a prostitute. And people can get upset with me saying that, but if you have sex for money, you're a prostitute. Matter of fact, if you do anything for money, just strictly for money that compromises your principles, you're a prostitute, because ultimately you're just selling your soul. You're selling yourself short. But basically, Ray J in his video is talking about how he has signatures, he has contracts, he has everything, and everybody was in on it. And common sense should tell us all that Kim Kardashian was very in on her sex tape being released. In fact, she wanted it to be released along with her mother, along with Ray J. So, this is the truth. So Kim Kardashian is a complete fraud. And I told people, once 2020 happened, the year 2020, everybody's going to get exposed. Everybody is going to get exposed from now on. So their goal, because the seal is peeled off, meaning that 2020, there was a seal on us actually seeing the truth of who these people really are. But now that seal has been removed. And now, moving forward, everybody's going to get exposed. So their goal now is to combat the exposure by just making people more decadent, just to lower our standards of existence, just to have us indulge in more decadence, so that when these folks are exposed, we're not shocked or disgusted. Folks aren't disgusted at Kris Jenner viewing her daughter having sex, because they know deep down inside, for all the money they've made, they would do it too. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's crazy. I saw a video of a young lady. They were interviewing her, and she said that she had a threesome with a guy and his mother. And she was just talking about it so casually and so, just calm, like, yeah, I had a sex with this guy and his mother, and we had a threesome. And I'm just like, this was Black Girl Magic saying this. You see, back in the past, we used to say that that's what white folks do. Not anymore. All we could hang our hat on in the past was that's what white folks do. Not anymore. The most egregious stuff we see being done is being done by our community. So I just want to say that for the ladies and for the men, we need each other. And the only way relationships work is as if they're functioning. Non-functioning relationships just increase more chaos. So they're selling you all baby daddies and baby mamas as relationships. They're selling you all that having a child with somebody is a relationship. This is what they're selling you all, and it's not. These relationships are very dysfunctional, very chaotic, and the people are miserable. But misery loves company, so they stay together through all this drama. It's absolutely insane. Someone put on here that a woman is worthless without her virtue, but it's true. What is a woman without her virtue? Is Cardi B virtuous? Is Meg Thee Stallion virtuous? Men don't look at Cardi B and Meg Thee Stallion as a wife. Men don't look at Kim Kardashian as a wife. Look who she's dated. She's dated people that are anomalies. The average guy ain't looking at her as a wife. He's not. And I wish I had the picture of that horrible buttocks. Her butt looks horrible, just like a bag of mayonnaise, a raw steroided chicken. Kim Kardashian's butt looks horrible uncovered. It don't look good covered, but it looks gross uncovered. Horrific. But at the end of the day, women are supposed to be virtuous. Men are supposed to be honorable. This is what we're supposed to be. So at the end of the day, I'm not giving men a pass, and I'm not just focusing on women. I'm saying that where we are now, the machine is heavily favoring women. That's where we are. The machine is saying we want women to be in control and in charge. That's right, Madonna. Madonna is 89 years old. She got a face transplant, but she still looks hideous. Her butt looks hideous. Stuff is gross. There's no way men are seeing these women naked and they're turned on. There's no way. Ain't no way. You got to be sick. You got to be sick to see Madonna naked and want to have sex with. You got to be sick. There has to be a fetish. They got to be a fetish. I seen Kim Kardashian's butt. I'm like, they got to be a fetish. Ugh, ain't no way. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. But most men, once they've been with the woman enough, they have sobriety and they start looking at her for who she is. And then once you start doing that, then it's pretty much the writing's on the wall. But I'm not giving. That's right, Zooted. That's right, X and Coke. That's why you have to be on drugs. There's no way to sleep with these, and not just these celebrity women. These women with these butt shots, these butts look horrible. And I know in private they look horrific. They hard, dented up. Look like somebody been using them for target practice. Cigarette burns on the butt, stab wounds, cuts. Come on, man. Like, them butts look like they've been through war. Them butts like they've been through a gang initiation. Them butts look horrible. You got to be on drugs and sick to do that stuff. This stuff is disgusting. So I'm going to just say that, ladies, you got to start picking better women to look up to. You got to, because Kim Kardashian can't be the standard. She can't even be an option, really. And her mother. Do you know that Kris Jenner, when she got with Bruce Almighty, Caitlyn Jenner, do you know that he was already taking the hormones? Do you know that when she got with him, he was already taking so she got with this man taking the hormones. That means she was laying with a man, having sex with a man that was wanting to be a woman, taking the hormones. So imagine Bruce Almighty, Caitlyn Jenner in the bedroom, and they're engaging in sexual activities, and he's moaning, sounding like a pheromone cat, a cat with an intense pheromone overdose. You know what a man sounds like transitioning? Ugh. And she was having sex with that man. Ugh. You people are sick. These people are sick. The mama is sick. Yeah, it's rumored that Chloe is OJ's daughter. That's rumored because she's all the rest of them short and she like 5'10". She the tall one. But listen, I love you all. I thank y'all for tuning in to the show. Candace Owens is spot on. Her breakdown of Kim Kardashian. And I can attest to the damage that Kim Kardashian can cause in a home because I was with someone and she was binge watching that show and we broke up that year. And yeah, so I just know the power of the Kardashians. I know the power of these witches and these warlocks. I know the power they have on women. The woman I was with, she was defending Kim K. She defended her. I just thought it was just crazy. But at the end of the day, it is what it is. I love you all. Oh, yeah, Kris Jenner does have, a young, look at it now. Now, Kris Jenner then did all this dirt. Kris Jenner has done all this dirt. And in the end, she gets to be with a young black man. she still wins. Kris Jenner, without them filters and that makeup, looks like Sylvester Stallone and Rocky. Scratch that. She is like Sly Stallone now. She looks old. She's like an old Italian man. Kris Jenner, but she done did all this dirt, been so egregious, and she still gets to win in the end. She still gets to get a young black man like her daughters. This is a setup. These people are lying to you. You are not going to win following the Kardashian Baphomet blueprint. You're not going to win. I can guarantee you're going to get older and you're going to suffer. Listen, I love you all. I thank y'all so much. I want y'all to have a blessed day. Thank y'all.